Its S-Max sister vehicle might dominate the headlines, but Ford's Galaxy is the better large MPV. It drives almost as well as its sporty sibling, but delivers more space and greater practicality, the things that most MPV buyers prioritise. Ford offers the S-Max for people who see the big people carrier their family needs as an albatross around the neck of their driving enjoyment. The Galaxy, it just stoically gets on with the job of excelling in the big people carrier role. In recent times, Ford has become almost a byword for fun drivers' cars, but when it comes to large MPVs like the Galaxy, the capacity to slay a set of high-speed corners figures less highly in buyers' thinking. And that's why Ford has rather cleverly decided to split its 7-seat offerings between the exuberant S-Max and the more homely Galaxy. That's left the Galaxy free to do the traditional MPV thing, a task not easily reconciled to the one of creating thrilling driving dynamics. In the Galaxy, for petrol buyers, Ford offers a choice of 143 brake horsepower 2 litre or 159 brake horsepower automatic only 2.3 litre. It's better though to go for one of the diesels. There's a quartet of them. An entry-level 99 brake horsepower 1.8 TDCi, which you can also order in peppier form as a 123 brake horsepower engine. Mind you, those who really want to waft along on a surge of torque while transporting 7 people up a motorway incline will prefer the 140 brake horsepower 2 litre TDCi, which has prodigious amounts of pulling power, 340 Newton meters of torque to be exact. There's also a 175 brake horsepower 2.2 litre TDCi engine at the top of the range. Those who really want to showcase their green credentials can also opt for a 2 litre petrol FFV engine, which can run on any mixture of petrol and bioethanol fuel. Anyone who's tried a spell in the more stiffly sprung S-Max will find this Galaxy less sharp in feel, but what you lose in corner turn-in and body control, you gain in smoothness and comfort. That said, the S-Max aside, large MPVs that handle better than this Galaxy are a rare breed, if indeed there are any. Considering its height and size, it's highly accomplished on the road and in no way tarnishes Ford's reputation in this area, particularly if you opt for the clever CCD active suspension system, which gives the Galaxy additional sure-footedness and agility, particularly when it's heavily loaded. We've tested the Galaxy on trips long and short, laden and unladen, packed with kids or loaded with luggage. It comes across as very refined, and the ride quality really helps when it comes to avoiding car sickness in young passengers. The glass area is huge. Viewed along the flanks, it seems to be split almost 50-50 between metal and glass, and it means that you get a very light, airy cabin and everyone gets a good view out. Get in the rearmost section of the vehicle, this third row seats, and you feel like you're going to be cooped up, but actually it's not like that at all. It's really not too bad back here. The Galaxy's designers have really made excellent use of the space that's available. The cabin floor even slopes upwards towards the back so that those in the rear of the vehicle can get a reasonable view of what's happening in the front. Any large MPV is only as good as its seating system, with the folding, sliding and removable seat having evolved into something of an art form over the last few years. Now, the Galaxy's interior is capable of all the usual seating acrobatics, and it's possible to find the configuration that you want pretty easily without recourse to the owner's manual. The seats don't have to be lifted out in the manner favoured by some of the Galaxy's more aged rivals, take note Renault's Espace. Instead, they fold completely flat to the floor to create a load area that's almost commercial vehicle-like in its dimensions, 2,325 litres. Of course, various configurations of seating and luggage space can be achieved by folding different seats in different ways. The main one, though, that most owners will employ, that of both seats in the third row, folded down behind those in the middle row to create a huge luggage area, will really be very practical. Now, there's pretty little luggage space with all 3 rows in use, just 308 litres. But in this 5-seat configuration with this big boot area, you've got a luggage capacity that's uniformly shaped and very easy to access. Prices are around £2,000 more model for model than you'd pay for an equivalent S-Max. They sit in the £20,000 to £26,000 bracket, favoured by rivals like Renault's Espace, Peugeot's 807 and Citroen's C8. All models are decently equipped with Ford's excellent quick clear front windscreen, air conditioning and ESP stability control. You'll need to stretch to the gear models though for the very useful overhead storage console that runs the length of the interior of the vehicle. Now for family buys, safety will be crucial, and it's another area where the Galaxy really excels, hence its Euro NCAP 5-star status. Passively there's an ultra-rigid passenger cell, while actively there are electronic controls that go beyond the usual ABS braking and ESP stability control setups to monitor things like the damping, to make sure that you don't go too close to the car in front if you're on cruise control, to look after your tyre pressures, even to give you a clever hill start assist setup. The Galaxy's 1.8 litre TDCi engine actually returns the same fuel economy, 44.8 miles per gallon on the combined cycle, and emissions, 166 grams per kilometre of CO2, whether you order it in 99 or 123 brake horsepower forms. The next engine up, the 2 litre TDCi 140 brake horsepower model, returns 43.5 miles per gallon on the combined cycle and 172 grams per kilometre of CO2, making it an affordable to run as well as a powerful choice. The 2 litre petrol model manages 34.4 miles per gallon on the combined cycle and 197 grams per kilometre of CO2, which is okay, but beware the 2.3 litre petrol automatic with its 29 miles to the gallon average and 235 grams per kilometre of CO2 showing. Insurance groups range between 10 and 12. When you consider the kinds of buyers who actually go out and purchase 7-seat MPVs, their requirements and the requirements of their families, you could easily make a case for this Galaxy being a better buy than its S-Max sister vehicle. Whereas the S-Max concentrates on an engaging driving experience, sporty styling and practical MPV virtues, the Galaxy just gets on with the job of being a great all-round MPV. It's practical, well built, and it still drives better than most of its rivals. The S-Max is an MPV for people who don't really want one, but by offering superior practicality, along with the driving experience that may be less sporty but may also be actually preferable to many buyers in the MPV sector, the Galaxy could have its measure. One thing's for certain, people in search of a 7-seater MPV are going to find it hard to look beyond their local Ford dealership.